Now, here's this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast.
DC Coast to Coast, USA FM.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Jane, and I am proud to be this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM.
As though we heard the only words I've said to me. Sit together with music and life is the man I hope you be. I think you're so much more than anything I've ever been a part of before. Clean slate, I'm making a room so we can be different with you, different with you. Well, I've tried getting you off my mind over and over and over again, but by your side's where I wanna hide. Maybe I just wanna hold your hand. Dreamed of a man to be way back from lullabies and getting trees. Thought you'd be all that I need. Been asked if you were it, but I think you're so much more than anything I've ever been a part of before. Clean slate, I'm making a room so we can be different with you, different with you. Well, I've tried getting you off my mind over and over and over again, but by your side's where I wanna hide. Baby, I just wanna hold your hand. Oh, I've tried getting you off of my mind over and over and over again, but by your side's where I wanna hide. Baby, I just wanna hold your hand. You keep me hanging on. I've waited for so long to be someone. It's written all on your face. It's not the time or place you thought that love would be. Well, I tried getting you off my mind over and over and over again, but by your side's where I wanna hide. Baby, I just wanna hold your hand. Yeah, I've tried getting you off my mind over and over and over again, but by your side's where I wanna hide. Baby, I just wanna hold your hand.
DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM. Hello, everybody, and want to welcome my dear friends Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluso here in the studio from Tiffany Jane and the Kicks. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And so glad you guys are here. Thanks for taking time to be here.
Our pleasure.
And we are spinning the entire CD today, Discovery.
Woohoo.
And nicely done. And I'm so glad you guys are here before the official release party, which is tomorrow.
Yes.
Super stoked.
Very, very cool. We're gonna talk about that here in just a little while. So those of you in the San Diego area, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, maybe you can come on down. We're gonna tell you all about that in just a little bit. So that first song we heard was, how do you pronounce it? Is it Sugar?
Yeah, there it is.
Cool.
Sugar.
Good job.
Okay. There's hope for me yet. So now, on these songs, on this CD, do you have, do you co-write?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Paul does all of the instrumentation. I do the melody and the lyrics.
Very
so
cool.
every song is just he and I.
Yep.
Excellent. Nice team.
Thank you.
Very, very well done. So tell me a little bit about how this whole album came to be.
I think honestly, it's just was one of those moments where we had a bunch of songs that we were playing live and had no record of them. And our last record I had, I had done myself with a different band, and I didn't have anything with my current band. And we always talked, we should get something together. We should get these recorded so that we can put ourselves out there as what our sound is now. And I think it literally just took Paul one day. It was like, let's just call somewhere and just book it right now. I'm like, what are we going to do? Who's going to be on it? All that stuff. And it just kind of went into play the minute that we put our words to action, right? When he's like, just do it.
Exactly.
We just got it and made it happen.
Kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
Now, how long did it take you to finish this?
We only recorded 2 days. So we recorded
Wow, really?
two 12-hour days at Studio West.
Wow.
And then
I'm impressed.
Thank you. We did go in and did some background vocals and did the mixing and mastering. So we did probably like 4 days of that within like a 2-week span.
Right.
I think somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Let's just say 2 weeks.
Well, it'll seem like we were more meticulous that way.
My experience with recording, it's really fun when you get to the mixing part.
Yeah.
Because the hard stuff's all done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We all talked about the fact that we wish that we could have been in the studio for, years. When we had this like slight depression the day that we knew, okay, well, here it is. This is it all. I guess we're done. We could have stayed in there. We could have lived in there, had little bedrooms.
So fun. Such a good time.
Recording is a lot of fun. So now, are you guys native San Diegans?
Yes.
I am, yeah. She
Yeah.
is too.
Yeah, we both are.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love San Diego.
Me
great.
too.
I'm from the Boston area originally.
We'll
It's
love
my
Boston.
home
We just
area.
went there.
Yeah, we just.
Oh, did you?
I applied
Love
for
it.
school. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm from New Hampshire, but I spent lots of time in Boston. I lived in Boston for many years. So.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to hear more. In case you're just joining us, you're late.
How dare you?
How dare you? Okay, Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluzzo here in the studio with me from Tiffany Jane and The Kicks. And we are premiering their brand new CD, Discovery. And the official release party is tomorrow. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. But let's hear this cut, I've Got Soul. Tell me a little bit about this.
You go for it. This was birthed with you.
One night I just decided we need to have a little bit more material, so I went down and kind of just grabbed my guitar and sat on the piano and played around with some ideas I had in my head and
Listen to some D'Angelo.
listen to some D'Angelo and
Usually you'll get like he'll show me just the music behind it, and then I'll get some sort of lyrics. And he said, I know this might sound cheesy, but I just keep hearing "I've got soul" over and over. And I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. And so sometimes he'll just get some little hummies or some words going over a song, and sometimes it's like "Shma 2 5," and instead he had words, and it worked perfectly.
so we just sit down at the couch and hash it out until it's something.
Until it's something.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We call them our couch sessions.
Yeah, there you go.
Sofa
Very good.
sessions. That's what
Okay. All right. I like it. Let's hear it. I've Got Soul. Tiffany Jane and The Kicks right here on DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM.
Dressed up real nice, making me feel like something's on the line. Hooked on your vibe, you take the lead, 'cause that's what I like. What I like. Watching your eyes, they tell it all, no matter if you try. Know you're inside, and now I'm looking for the go time. I've got soul, baby, lost control. I've got soul, I've got soul, spinning out of control. I've got soul. is on the line. Hooked on your vibe. You take the lead, 'cause that's what I like. What I like. What I like. I've got soul spinning out of control. I've got soul. I've got soul, baby, lost control. I've got soul. I've got soul spinning out of control. I've got soul. I've got soul spinning out of control. Spinning out of control. Spinning out of control.
There you have it. DC Coast to Coast to USA FM. Tiffany Jane and the Kicks with I've Got So Good Stuff.
Thank
I like
you.
it
Thank you.
very much. That's one of my favorites on the CD.
Awesome.
And okay, big event tomorrow night, and let's talk about that a little bit, and then we're gonna spin two in a row.
Great.
Okay, the official CD release party is happening tomorrow night here in San Diego at the World Beat Cultural Center.
Yes.
And starts at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, so give us a little more details on that.
So it's in Balboa Park. It's 2100 Park Boulevard. It's all ages, so little kiddos can come as well. And it's the World Beat Cultural Center. And we'll probably open the doors around 7:45 or so, start playing around 8:15. It's a really, really cool venue, so I hope that everybody can come out to it. It's going to be a great time.
Super fun.
Yeah, come on out.
It'll be the first time our CD is available. We're not letting anybody have it yet.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's the first
I
time.
don't blame you.
It's a $10 entrance to come in as well.
Okay, so come on down, everybody. I'm going to head down tomorrow night. So
Yay!
I'll be there and look forward to that event.
Thank you.
So Tiffany Jane and the Kicks CD release party at the World Beat Cultural Center in San Diego, 2100 Park Boulevard
Yes.
in Balboa Park. Nice area. of town.
Totally.
So now, give me a little. How do I say this? How would you classify your music? And it's. I hear some jazz. It's definitely some jazz, but I can't quite put my finger on this. There's something else in there.
It's always difficult. That's what we have a hard time explaining it ourselves. We were just actually putting all of our stuff on CD Baby and for it to go on iTunes and Amazon and all that stuff. And it says, "What genre are you?" And we're always like, "Oh, no." And there's not exactly one thing, I don't think. I mean, he has a very strong jazz background. So in the chordal structure, there's lots of jazz influence. And I sang a lot of blues when I was younger, and jazz standards as well. So I have that as well. But I think kind of especially with our drummer, Tim Fig Newton, if you're listening. Hey, Tim.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. We have that kind of fat sound behind it as well. So I would say that it's a mix of, we always say soul, funk, and jazz.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way that we know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, each song kind of varies as well. I mean,
I noticed that. It really does.
Yeah. Depends who we're listening to that day.
Exactly. We just get inspired by different musicians, and
Yeah.
I think that's
Absolutely.
what it's about. Just like DC's radio, just
Yeah.
a bunch of different types of music.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
You were talking about listening to music. So, who inspired you guys?
I have a lot of main inspirations. One of them is Robert Glasper, and his stuff is some of my favorite stuff, along with D'Angelo and Hiatus Coyote. A lot of these
Love
cool
that.
new bands that are coming out
Yeah.
are just really fresh and hip, and mix of jazz and R&B and neo soul and all that
There
stuff.
you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think Hiatus Coyote has been a kind of an allowance that you can break for, at least for us, that like
Exactly.
it's okay that these songs sound differently. I mean, on her one album, she has stuff that sounds techno, stuff that sounds straight up soul, all these different stuff. So we kind of felt like we had an allowance to be able to break those boundaries and go, okay, this might not be seamless. It might be, different little segments of something from mainstream to something that has never been heard, so yeah, it's a difficult question. We put a lot of different kinds of genres on our album, so that it could attract different people.
It really does. And you folks who haven't heard this CD yet, you'll hear what they're talking about in all these songs. I hear a little something in all of them. They're all different. That's the beauty of it.
Thank you.
So we're gonna hear two in a row now. Good Girl and Just to Think. Tell me a little bit about these.
Great. Okay, those are very different ones. Let's
Yeah.
see. Good Girl is one of our more upbeat things, and this one's actually, I wrote all of the lyrics based on Paul, our co-writer / guitarist over here, his best friend, who we adore. So Diego Mills, if you are listening right now,
Diego.
We love you, buddy.
We love you, and we want you to find a good girl. That's what this is about. So that one's really a very direct, personal, definitely about specific situations and about someone who is supportive and that we love. So that one's exactly like that. Just to Think was about me.
The first song we wrote together.
That was the first song we wrote together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that was probably 2 years ago. And that one was about another very specific, personal situation, not as much general, more of coming out of a really destructive, not as positive love and relationship and going into that magical feeling of just getting to be with somebody else and thinking, oh, all this torment and horrible feelings I've thought that I would never get through seems like nothing. Seems, going into that new budding love kind of a feeling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's hear them. Here's two in a row from Tiffany Jane and The Kicks on DC Coast to Coast, the USA
What kind of
FM.
girl do you want? What kind of girl do you need? Tell me what you like. A good girl's what you need. What kind of girl do you want? What kind of girl do you need? Tell me what you like. A good girl's what you need. You've been down for way too long, waiting for the lady your heart calls for. Yes, sir, you know that's true. Well, I'ma find the one you don't know. You won't forget about 5'2" and eyes of blue. She may be taller than you, maybe stronger than you, but I'ma find the one you don't know. You won't. Well, you've had them all round town, the bad girls, good girls in between. Yes, sir, you know that's true. Well, I'ma find the one you don't know. You won't forget about 5'2" and eyes of blue. She may be taller than you and stronger than you, but I'ma find the one you don't know. You won't. What kind of girl do you want? What kind of girl do you need? Yeah, tell me what you like. A good girl's what you need. What kind of girl do you want? What kind of girl do you need? Tell me what you like. A good girl's what you need. what you like. A good girl's what you need. What kind of girl do you want? What kind of girl do you need? Well, tell me what you like. A good girl's what you need. What you need. What do you want? What do you need? Good girls, what you need.
The hits you've never heard till now are right here on DC Coast to Coast with DC Hathaway. I'm Tiffany Jane, and here's one by me on the USA FM.
Last year, I would drink till I could feel him no more. I drained down his voice, but now no struggle, for I look to the eyes of a new, beautiful creature, and I could not paint it you no better, and I could not sculpt it you no stronger. He's all I breathe. He's all I breathe. He's all I see. He's my and beside him it's different. The air is sweeter, something I wish you could taste. 'Cause we're like two rivers on course for one another. So this is what they meant when they said, when you know, well you know, and I could not paint it young no better, and I could not sculpt it you more stronger. And he's all I see. He's all I breathe. He's all I see. He's my He's all I see. He's all I
DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM, Tiffany Jane and the Kicks. Just to think. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Oh, man, I'm really impressed that you find a way to put some other genres in there without losing that. Still got that jazz kind of. So
Awesome. Thank you.
I salute you.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff. In case you're just tuning us, everybody, tuning in, this is Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluzzo from Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, and we are premiering their brand new CD, Discovery. And if you're in the San Diego area, once again, we want to invite you to come on out to the official CD release party. Give us that information again, Tiff.
It is tomorrow, June 21st, 8 p.m., all ages, so the whole family is welcome, at the World Beat Cultural Center in Balboa Park, 2100 Park Boulevard.
Yeah, see you there.
See you there.
Gonna be lots of fun. So now, I tend to get a little deep sometimes because I love people, and
Absolutely.
it's just who I am, and I really want to know what makes people tick. And so, what? I'll ask you both this: what inspires you?
Ooh, Polly, you go first.
Well, first of all, other musicians, but I think the main thing is after like a fun gig or something, you just feel this like feeling of connection when everyone's in together and listening to each other, and like there's like synergy. Everything you guys are doing is creating one magical thing. And that's what really inspires me, is having fun live shows and producing things that you couldn't do on your own, but with other people, and it's making something so amazing.
There you go.
That's what inspires me.
Nicely said.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Oh gosh, how can I top that? That was pretty magic. Absolutely what he said. I think the energy of the amazing musicians we get the opportunity to play with. I guess I should talk about that too. Is on the album we have Ed Kornhauser on keys. We have Tim Fig Newton on drums. We have, try to say this name, Sean Sobash.
Johnny
It always
boy.
comes Sean Sobash. Sean Sobash.
Shawnee boy. Just call him Shawnee.
Yeah. On bass. Paul on guitar. I'm on vocals. We both write the whole album. We have Jesse Idello coming in on some of the horns. So being able to be in a room with all of that talent really is part of it too. But I think when it comes to the writing part of it, I'm very comfortable with Paul. So there's an ease where you can explore and risk, and it might fall flat on its face, but it's also an opportunity for something to happen that you feel like you have the freedom to be able to search for and try out.
Right.
So there's that. I think watching live music too is
Absolutely.
a huge part of that. I love going and watching a lot of our friends of the business or just in life who do this and getting inspired by them, even if it's something completely different, a completely different genre. You can take something back from that. I've watched my mom's kids do shows before, and there's this young little songwriter that wrote a song that I came home to him and I was like, listen to these heavy lyrics, listen to how amazing these two things are. So I think it really it comes in all different kinds of waves and packages all the time.
Nicely said. Good stuff. So you touched a little bit upon family. So do you get your gifts from other people in the family?
Yeah, my grandma is a concert pianist, or was a concert
Wow.
pianist, and she's the one that got me into jazz and blues. We used to put on, it doesn't exist anymore, the station, but it was the oldies station, and we used to try to play this game of, like, who can figure out who's the singer first. I mean, I'm terrible when it comes to, like, horn players and stuff. He's like, this is Schnoobity-Bat on the saxophone, and I'm like, yeah! But singer-wise, we used to play that game, and so that got me into a lot of the kind of music that I'm into now. And my mom is an actress and a singer and a vocal coach in town. So I have it on that side, definitely. My dad used to be a drummer, so it's kind of in the blood.
Wow.
How about you?
My dad is a great fisherman. No,
He's an amazing fisherman.
our whole family is a music family.
Really?
Yeah. And,
Wow.
we just are music lovers, like my brother is also a fantastic guitar player.
Absolutely.
My sister's a great singer. My mom used to play a lot of violin, but we're all just huge music lovers. And
Wow.
Washboard. Dad can play
my
the
dad
heck
gets
out of a
down on some
washboard.
Cajun music, Zydeco.
Zydeco.
He gets
Yeah,
down.
your dad and I need to talk.
Yeah.
Zydeco. Boogaloo.
Yeah. Feel. Yeah.
I love that Cajun music.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now, I'm just the opposite. There's nobody else in my family. Absolutely nobody. My dad used to say to me, God rest his soul, he goes, yeah, I play the radio.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so cool that it got birthed in you somehow.
Yeah. Well, ironically, I did some research. My real name is Dwayne,
Okay.
Ooh.
and when I researched it, my name actually means music.
I love that.
So
That's cool.
that was my mom's idea, because my dad wanted me to be a junior. My dad's name was Howard.
Nice.
So I love you, Dad, but
But you're
I don't
happy
wanna-
with your name.
I don't want to be Howard.
Yeah.
So
I hear that.
I find that quite interesting. So I just, I'm a believer in God above and all that stuff. So I know that all that stuff
Was aligned for a reason.
Was all aligned.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So okay, let's hear more. We're gonna do two more in a row here. We are spinning the entire CD Discovery, and I'm here with Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluzzo from Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, and we're going to hear Let Me Be Your Lover and Move Closer. Tell me a little bit about these.
Okay, so the other two that we did were very, very deep and meaningful. Let Me Be Your Lover was just fun. It doesn't have a ton of meaning other than there's a lot of songs that I heard that were kind of risque, and it sounds like that's what it's going to be about, but it's basically about let me spend my life with you, let me not spend a night with you, let me spend my life with you. So I wanted to have a fun, upbeat song that people could dance to and get groovy to, and have it be about still loving about somebody for your whole life rather than momentarily. So that's that one. Move Closer. Move along. I don't remember.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, Move Closer is just
come
kind of
over
about,
here. Yeah.
it's kind of just being in love.
Okay.
Just kind of, just a general. Those ones don't have as much specific.
Okay, good. Hey, listen, we're gonna spin these, and we're gonna send these out to some folks that are in the chat room. Sparky from Boston, she's loving your stuff,
Awesome.
and so
Thank you.
Sparky.
Sparky, the man
Yes.
or the woman?
and Sparky is a woman.
Woman.
Yeah. And Sparky's very dear to my heart because she took care of my mom a lot in
Awesome.
the end. So because she's a nurse, and I appreciate her so much.
You're amazing.
And Central Coast Buddy. Now, you guys said that you're not sure who this
I don't know
person
who that is.
But we're glad you're here, Central Coast Buddy.
Hey, Central Coast buddy.
Are you a fan of Tiffany Jane's? You can type there in the chat room if you like. How'd you find out about us? You can let us know. Okay.
Who are you?
Yeah. Who are you? Okay. You can answer while we spin these. Okay. Here's another two in a row from Tiffany Jane and the Kicks here on DC Coast to Coast.
I wanna spark your imagination, wanna set your soul on fire. Familiar skirt, something strange just long for, but I wanna catch your eye. Let's go try something. I wanna learn another part of you. Let's make something out of nothing and fall in love again. Yeah, fall in love again. Yeah, fall in love again. spark your imagination. Let me set your soul on fire. Familiar's good, something strange is longed for, but I still wanna catch your eye.
You're listening to DC Coast to Coast with DC Hathaway, where independent artists like me count. I'm Tiffany Jane, and here's one by me. I hope that you like it. On DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM.
Sipping on our favorite wine, we're watching night about to turn to dawn. We're hearing creatures of street light. There's something sacred about this time. Move a little closer, please. Why don't you move a little closer, please? Move right over my feet. Almost there, almost there. Now we've had this time before, but I wanna do it over again. 'Cause the scent of summer nights reminds me when we did this for the first time. Move a little closer, dear. Why don't you move a little closer, dear? Move right over my feet. Almost there,
70s all the time. DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM. You're watching us live on live stream. And in case you're just tuning in, you've been missing out. This is Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluzzo from Tiffany Jane and The Kicks. And we are premiering their brand new CD, officially released tomorrow.
Woohoo!
Yay. It's called Discovery.
Yes.
And nicely done.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thanks, DC.
Again, I'm what I really like about you guys is how you weave different genres in without losing that the jazz part.
Thank you.
And that's I think that's what sets you guys apart from a lot of people. So that's fresh for me. So I really like it. You got a new fan.
Yay! Thank you.
So, and by the way, everybody, the official release party tomorrow night happening at the World Beat Cultural Center, 2100 Park Boulevard in San Diego. Things happen at 8 p.m.
Yes.
And so $10. So come on down. And I'm going to be there. So I want you guys to come on down too and come over and say hello. And I'm going there to support this great group. And
Awesome.
I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
that you guys are part of the DC Coast to Coast family now too.
We are
So,
too. Thank you for having us.
you're kidding. Now, you can't be a stranger.
No.
Okay, so now what you got to do is you got to contact me every once in a while and say, DC, can we come back in the studio?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because you can do that. You can come back anytime you want. You
Great,
guys
every
want it.
day. We'll be
okay.
We'll do a little duo set in here. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
you
That
guys-
would be live. Live would be fun.
You can, yeah, absolutely. We can do that. You guys can come on in and co-host with me for a little while.
Cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
You know, you can get to know some of the other artists too. So,
Cool.
Absolutely.
so that's what we're all about. It's all about the indies here on DC Coast to Coast.
Love
Now, do you have any goals? What kind of goals you
goodness.
setting?
I think there are a lot of goals. I think some of them we get caught up in what we think seems doable and what seems just like we are crazy pants. We've lost our minds.
Yeah.
I think on the immediate, doable goal is last summer with our other band, we went on tour and we would adore to do that again. So we're looking at how to do that better and cheaper and faster and all that stuff. We'd love to join up with other artists. We're always wanting to. That was one of the, I think, amazing parts of tour was seeing artists we would have never seen before. So that's our first. Next little goal that we know is obtainable is we want to do another U.S. tour. I really want to do a tour in Europe so badly. We've had some really amazing people in the U.K. support us, and we would love to have that happen. Little
We're gonna talk about that here.
Okay.
In just a little bit.
little things like winning a Grammy,
Yeah.
It's doable.
things
Yeah.
like that.
It's absolutely doable.
We definitely dream about.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely. I'm
Don't-
Blue Note. If you're here, Blue Note, we would love to be a part of your label.
Yeah. Don't ever give up those dreams.
Nope.
You stop dreaming, you're dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Any other ones that you can think of that we've talked about?
You've covered a big part of them. But
Grammys and Blue
I guess
Note.
just having people dig what we do. That's like the
absolutely.
main thing. Just having people like, nice. That was
Good.
cool. Yeah.
good. Well, I'm digging it.
Love it. Thank you.
I'm so digging it. So, let's see, what was it? Oh, I know what I want to talk about.
Yes.
We talked about this a little bit off camera before we went on. Give me your take on the music scene today, and mainstream radio, and
Yeah.
we talked about that a little bit off camera. So
I think everybody's interests and what sparks them is different. I mean, all my kids love everything that's on the mainstream radio right now, and they really get inspired, and that keeps them singing. I teach vocal students as well, and they get super inspired by all
Sure.
of that. So there's definitely a place for that, but there's not a lot of room for independent artists. That's why I think that your station is so magic, because this gives us a platform and gets us to be able to speak to
Absolutely.
people we would have never known, like hi people in Pakistan, hi people.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely.
So I think there's not a lot of room right now, at least, for independent artists, unless you have some pretty major people behind you. And it's just, which means there's not quite as much variety, you know. It's whatever speaks to the masses, and the masses tends to be one type of genre, I think. So yeah, we get inspired by listening to a lot of independent stations.
Sure. I don't even listen to mainstream radio anymore. I couldn't even tell you what's out there now.
Yeah.
Because I never listen to it because I'm so wrapped up in this.
Absolutely.
This takes up all my time. I'm always looking for indie artists.
Yeah.
So from everywhere. So
we know a couple. We'll send your way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just have them go to the DC Coast to Coast website and have them do the submission process, and we'll get them on.
Awesome. Sounds
Absolutely.
great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just went in and out of my head. I hate it when that happens.
UK.
Tip of the tongue.
Oh yeah, we were talking about, maybe doing a European tour. Well, DC Coast to Coast, we're dreaming big too.
Absolutely.
Because I just did the first DC Coast to Coast showcase a few weeks ago, locally in San Diego, and these showcases feature all artists that are heard on the radio show.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to be trying different things. We've been trying different genres through, with a live show, but I think we're going to try having one particular genre of like 3 or 4 acts,
Great.
And so, and we get a jazz thing happening here in San Diego. Definitely want to get you guys for part of that.
Awesome.
But also we are talking to people abroad, trying to get folks fired up about the radio show,
Right.
and sponsors, and we have people working on it so that they can send DC Coast to Coast Showcase on the road.
Great.
Okay, and abroad. So who knows? I just put everything in God's hands, because it's out of my hands.
Absolutely.
And so something like that happens, definitely want to get you involved in
Awesome.
that. So,
We'd love it.
So that would be fun. And we have a lot of viewers from the UK and Italy, and so all of you guys
Ciao.
over there.
Ciao,
And-
Bella and Bellows.
Exactly. And Angelo Petrucci, I know you're probably watching from Italy, as you always do. He's my dear friend. We're going to get you on the radio over there on his internet radio show.
Cool.
Awesome.
Petrucci
Molto bene.
Entertainment. And so he's heard you, and he loves you, so
Thank
we'll
you.
get you on board there, too.
Thank you.
So it's all about indies here on DC Coast to Coast. And we're going to do a couple of more songs here. We're going to do, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Pisatano.
Positano.
Okay.
That was a good one to go into because it's a place in Italy that I went to.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
Okay. So let's talk about that one and Sing Me to Sleep.
Great. Okay, so Positano, when I graduated from music college, from MI in Los Angeles,
Oh, good.
my family all pitched in to have me go to Italy, which had been a lifelong dream. And I had a family that lived out there at the time. And we did a girls' trip with my aunt and my cousin to this place called Positano. And it was just kind of breathtakingly gorgeous, with purple flowers all on the hillside. And I just took a journal entry basically from that to write that one. So that's Positano. Mm-hmm. And then Sing Me to Sleep just came out of, I think, a music listening night on this porch that we used to live. Not on the porch only. We had a house as well. That's really starving artists now. We're like, we live on a porch. Help us. Yeah. And that one just really happened kind of organically. It just we had this idea of Sing Me to Sleep, and we don't really think of it as literal for us. I think everybody gets to have it whatever way they want, but I think of Sing Me to Sleep as kind of soothing my soul with your words, with your humanity. That's how I always think about it.
Very cool.
Raw tune.
All right, let's hear these 2 in a row here from Tiffany Jane and The Kicks on DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM.
She's sitting and thinking, hoping and dreaming, all that her life could be, all that she wished it could be. Will be a doer, be a mover, be a seer, not a hoper, and not a wisher. Oh, darling, let's be adventurers of the seas, of all the seas. Why do what we've already done when we can try something else? Let's find that cafe in Italy and terrace to wake up to, reading the sea, feeling totally free, walking happily on the streets that our elders walked upon years and years ago. Find the painter, have him mark our walls. Well, I see you and me. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're living happily. Ooh, 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 exactly. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're living happily. Yeah. Say when I'll go, drive down Positano, not just for the day, but find somewhere that we can stay. Have you ever seen hillsides covered in flowers, people walking arm in arm, water's clear blue, blue, blue. Why do what we've already done when we can try something else? Let's find that cafe in Italy and terrace to wake up to, breathing the sea, feeling totally free, yeah. Walking happily on the streets that our elders walked upon years and years ago. Find the painter, have him mark our walls. I see you and me. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. Boom, 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 exactly. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. Boom, 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 exactly. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. And grab the hand of a handsome man and spread love, 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 love. And just do exactly as you please. Yeah, do all that you please. It's yours to live happily, to live happily. Yeah, oh, it's yours to live happily, to live happily. Yeah, baby, oh, it's yours to live happily, to live happily. Yeah, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're living happily. Yeah. I see you and me.
You're listening to DC Coast to Coast with DC Hathaway, where independent artists like me count. I'm Tiffany Jane, and here's one by me. I hope that you like it. On DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM.
fast or slow. Well, don't lose touch in the wonders of the unknown. Wait and see. Sing me to sleep. Sing me to sleep. Anything you want tonight. Oh, now sing me to sleep. Young, tryna be old, wanna see what the future holds. Well, don't lose touch in the wonders of the unknown. Wait and see. Sing me to sleep. Sing me to sleep. Anything you want tonight. Whoa, now sing me to sleep. What do you love? What you love? What do you do? What you do? Well, keep a hold of that light. Never lose his hold on you. Sing me to sleep. Sing me to sleep. Anything you want tonight. Whoa, now sing me to sleep.
The hits you've never heard till now. They're right here on DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM. You're watching us live on live stream. That was Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, Sing Me to Sleep. And Tiffany is here along with Paul Castelluzzo. And thank you both for taking time out to come on over and
Thank you.
saying hello. And
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you guys had a good time, but we got one more song, but we want to touch base to let listeners and viewers know where they can find your music.
Absolutely. So we have a bunch of updates always going on all kinds of social media. On Facebook, everything is basically / or / I guess, Tiffany Jane and the Kicks. Our YouTube is TJ and the Kicks, but Instagram is Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, and Facebook is Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, but Twitter and YouTube, TJ and the Kicks.
There you go.
So I'll have all the information on there. It will not be released on iTunes until after our party. So next week it will be on iTunes and CD Baby and Amazon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But our Facebook.com / Tiffany Jane and the Kicks will have that link the minute it's up.
All right, and thank you, listeners and viewers out there, for supporting indie artists.
Thank
and
you.
Hope that you guys will go on out to their website and buy the CD, okay? And just thank you in advance for that. Thank you again for supporting indie music. Did you guys have fun?
We had tons of fun.
Tons of fun.
Good. Okay, now don't be a stranger.
Never.
You know, you got to come back now. So
Absolutely.
because that's how we roll. So one more time, we want to tell everybody in the San Diego area tomorrow night, the official CD release party for Tiffany Jane and the Kicks Discovery CD, and yeah, it's going to be at the World Beat Cultural Center, 2100 Park Boulevard in San Diego. $10 will get you in. I'll be there, so I hope you will too. So come on over and say hello to the band, and come on over to say hi to me. I'd love to meet you, and we'll just have some fun and show our support for Tiffany Jane and the Kicks. One last question.
Yes.
Before I let you guys go, and then
Yes.
we're going to play one more song. Deep, okay? Because that's how I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm all nervous.
No, don't be nervous. If you could change the world, what would you do?
Make the radios better like yours.
I like it.
Oh, you just won. You won
like it.
so hard. Yes. Make them all support indie artists.
Honestly,
that was great. That was great. Yeah, that was a really beautiful thing. It was funny, but it was beautiful. True.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I go away from, if we got the music part covered, so make the mainstream radio stations be more inclusive with independent artists, definitely. But I think in general, having kind of compassion and empathy for one another
Exactly.
in every single part of everything, in every race, in every sexual orientation, in belief, in money, in what somebody does. I think having compassion would just goes a very, very, very long way.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And I'm glad to hear you say that, because thank God that I was raised in a loving family.
Absolutely.
Where I was taught to love everybody
Yes.
unconditionally, okay, without judgment.
Yep. Without borders.
Exactly. My parents instilled that in me. You know, they taught me to be colorblind when it comes to color. You know, they taught me to be tolerant. They taught me to be accepting. And, you know, anything else was unacceptable with my mom and dad.
Beautiful.
And so, you know, and I thank God every day that I had great parents. God rest both their souls.
Absolutely.
Everything I am is because of my mom and dad. So
Love that.
Amen.
And
Amen.
so that's how I roll. And you guys, thank you ever so much for coming in. And,
Thank you for having us
thank you so
and
much.
supporting us. We appreciate it.
I hope you'll come back soon.
We definitely will.
Sounds good. So tell me about this last song we're going to hear. We saved the best for last.
This is a good story.
Well,
You go ahead and tell this one, Paul Castelluzzo.
I don't know what the rules are with radio, but basically, my dad had a funny story of his childhood, and he might have drank it a little bit too much.
And like the
apple
only
juice.
time he ever had drank
Yeah.
too much apple juice.
Yeah.
He has never drank
He's
this
such
much
a,
apple
he's
juice
such a
since.
straight guy. Like
It's really true. He really
hardworking,
hasn't.
Architect, like totally, like, and I guess he just fell off the bandwagon for one night and just had a
I
little
took
bit
this
of
nice
drink.
young lady out, and her name was Allison, and he was telling us the story one night about how he had to have somebody take his date home that he wanted to have this date with for so long.
Yeah, just
got
loved this
nervous
girl,
and
yeah.
started having too many drinks, didn't know what it was to drink really,
Yeah.
and so then he said, please take Allison home. And meanwhile, I'm like on my phone taking the story down.
Yeah.
And one day at a show, we just said, hey, you know, we got this song for you.
Yeah.
Please take Allison home.
It's another fun one, just like rocking out, having
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
But
great.
true story.
True
fun.
story.
Sorry, Dad.
Okay, let's hear it. And once again, special thank you to Tiffany Jane and Paul Castelluzzo for joining me here in the studio from Tiffany Jane and the Kicks, our in-studio guest here on DC Coast to Coast. Come on back and see me, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you,
Okay.
DC.
I love you guys.
Love.
dresses emerald green. She's looking for a gentleman to take her out on town. She likes that tasteful life, theater and burgundy wine. The kind of woman you wanna make your wife. But tonight you know that I can't, so please take out a send home. 'Cause I'm just way too gone, and I've been sipping on all of that Patron. So would you please take out a send home? We've been up all night. We've been talking about God knows what. I just pray that I'm making sense. I see her twirling her hair. She's giving me eyes, trying to tell me the right words to say. Hey, Mr. Bartender, now would you help a man out? You see this girl, she still thinks of me, a good man. The kind of woman you wanna make your wife. But tonight you know that I can't.